Part 3: Rebellion and Independence. The Seljuk Sultanate, though weakened, still held nominal authority over Anatolian tribes. But Osman could not ignore the corruption, the negligence, and the weakness of its rulers. He refused to kneel before a throne that no longer served the people. As his power grew, so did the alarm of the surrounding emirs and Byzantine governors. The Byzantine fortress of Kurulus, near St, became one of Osman's first major targets. In 1288, Osman launched a surprise attack and captured Kurulus, gaining his first significant victory. This success made him a serious player in the politics of the region. He was no longer just Ertuğrul's son, he was Osman Bey, leader of the K, protector of the frontier, and challenger of both Byzantine and Seljuk authority. Osman's victories were not just military achievements, they were ideological victories as well. He offered justice, protection, and opportunity to the oppressed populations under Byzantine rule. Christians, Muslims, and Turks alike began to see Osman as a fair and noble leader, attracting many to his cause. His principled leadership, rooted in Islamic values and tribal ethics, distinguished him from the petty warlords of the time. In 1299, with the Seljuks effectively disintegrated and no central authority remaining, Osman declared full independence. This marked the official foundation of the Ottoman Beylik. From the ashes of Anatolia's chaos rose a new entity, one born not of inheritance but of struggle, vision, and divine belief. The era of Kurulus Osman had begun. Part 4: The Banner of Islam rises. With independence declared, Osman's mission evolved. He was no longer defending his tribe, he was building a state. His strategy was clear: expand the frontiers into Byzantine territories, fortify control over trade routes, and establish a just administration based on Islamic law. Osman's forces began capturing small towns and fortresses across Bithynia, one by one. Inegöl, Yenisehir, and eventually, the important stronghold of Balchik. Osman also innovated in his military structure. He organized his forces into Ghazi warriors, fighters not only motivated by land or loot but by religious duty. The Ghazis became the ideological and military backbone of the Ottoman expansion. His governance model was similarly progressive for its time, based on merit, consultation, shura, and religious tolerance. The Byzantines, alarmed by his growing power, launched multiple attempts to crush him. But Osman, using guerrilla tactics, strategic alliances, and knowledge of the terrain, consistently outmaneuvered them. Perhaps his greatest advantage was his unwavering belief that Allah had chosen him to carry the torch of Islam forward. And this belief was infectious, it spread like wildfire among his followers. Kurulus Osman, the founder of an empire. Part 1: Birth in the Shadow of Legends. In the heart of 13th century Anatolia, where the rugged landscapes of St met the encroaching ambitions of empires, a child was born beneath the tribal tent of the K. His name was Osman Gazi, son of Ertuğrul Bey and Halim Hatun, child born not to riches or privilege, but to the fading embers of hope and the roar of ancestral pride. The year was 1258, the same year the Mongols sacked Baghdad, and the Islamic world trembled under the hoofs of foreign invaders. Yet, in this distant corner of Anatolia, destiny prepared a new chapter, one that would one day change the course of history. Osman grew up hearing tales of his grandfather, Suleiman Shah, who had led the K tribe across dangerous lands, seeking a place to settle in peace. He was raised under the watchful eye of his father, Ertuğrul Bey, a valiant leader who had pledged loyalty to the declining Seljuk Sultanate of Rum. As a boy, Osman absorbed stories of courage, loyalty, and faith. Around the campfires of St, he listened as old warriors recounted the battles fought against Crusaders, Mongols, and Byzantines. But Osman was not just a listener. He was observant and perceptive. Even as a child, he questioned the uncertain fate of his people. He watched the Seljuk state decay under internal strife and foreign threats. He saw neighboring beyliks crumble or turn to petty rivalries. He recognized that the age of survival was passing, and the age of conquest had begun. The Muslim world needed a new leader, a new banner, and a new hope. Part 2: A Dream and a Destiny. One night, in the solitude of youth, Osman had a dream that would mark the turning point of his life. In the dream, he stood beside the wise scholar Sheikh Ibali, whose daughter Bala Hatun would later become Osman's wife. Osman saw a full moon rise from Edebali's chest and enter his own. From his navel sprouted a mighty tree whose shade covered the entire world. Rivers flowed from its roots, and cities bloomed beneath its branches. This was no ordinary vision, it was a divine signal of destiny. Sheikh Bali, a deeply respected Sufi scholar and advisor, interpreted the dream with solemnity. Osman would be the founder of a great empire, one that would uphold justice and spread the light of Islam across continents. Inspired and emboldened, Osman pledged his life to this cause. It was not ambition that guided him, but a divine purpose. From that moment, he stopped being a tribal son and started becoming a leader with a mission. Soon after, Osman married Bala Hatun, the daughter of Bali. This union symbolized more than love, it was a bond between spiritual guidance and political leadership. With Edebali's blessing and the support of loyal Alps, warriors like Turgut Alp, Abdurrahman Ghazi, and Bamsi Bayrek, Osman began to rally his tribe for a larger vision. Not just survival, but sovereignty. According to some Ottoman chroniclers, sources vary. Some Ottoman records date his death to August 21, 1326 CE, while others assert Orhan became bey by 1324 and that Osman died earlier. Upon his death, his body was transferred from St and laid to rest in Bursa, where a tomb commemorates him to this day. 8. A legacy rooted in vision and justice. Though Osman himself never ruled over a vast empire, he planted seeds that blossomed across centuries. His dynasty, the House of Osman, ruled for over 600 years, shaping Southeast Europe, the Middle East, and North Africa. But his true legacy was not only territorial, it was governance rooted in faith, justice, and unity. He melded martial ambition with ethical leadership, inspiring a civilization that lasted until 1922. In later centuries, his dream, Osman's dream, became a founding myth of Ottoman identity. It symbolized divine sanction and intergenerational destiny that legitimized every Ottoman sultan's rule. Ottoman coronation ceremonies included the symbolically sword of Osman, reinforcing his warrior legitimate foundation.